In a faraway galaxy, there was a planet called Eldora. It was home to the Eldorans, an ancient race known for their beautiful cities and powerful technology. The Eldorans were proud of their long lives, believing they were immortal. They had lived for thousands of years, watching over their world and exploring the stars. One sunny day, a team of Eldoran explorers set out on a journey to a new planet. This planet was not far from Eldora, and the explorers were excited to see what it held. They boarded their sleek, silver spaceship, which shimmered under the light of their sun. The leader of the team was Zara, a curious and brave Eldoran. She had always wanted to discover new worlds and learn more about the universe. As the spaceship landed softly on the new planet, the explorers stepped out. The ground was covered in strange plants, and the air smelled fresh and new. The sky was a bright blue with fluffy white clouds drifting by. The team began to explore, their eyes wide with wonder. Zara and her team walked for hours, collecting samples of the strange plants and taking notes. They found flowers that glowed in different colors and trees with bark that shimmered like metal. Everything felt magical and exciting. But as they moved deeper into the forest, something caught Zara's eye. In a clearing, she saw something unusual sticking out of the ground. It looked like a piece of metal, rusted and old. Zara's heart raced with curiosity. She rushed over to it, her team following closely behind. As she dug around the object, she uncovered more. It was part of a strange machine covered in dirt. "What is this?" one of her team members asked, leaning in closer. Zara brushed off the dirt, revealing strange symbols and markings on the metal. They looked like nothing she had seen before. "I think this is from a human ship," she said, her voice filled with excitement. Humans are said to be primitive, but this technology is different. The Eldorans had heard stories about humans. They believed humans were weak and foolish, living on a small blue planet called Earth. The Eldorans laughed at the thought of humans being a threat. But now, standing in front of this ancient piece of machinery, Zara felt a spark of doubt. What if humans were not as simple as they thought? The team began to work together, carefully digging around the machine. They unearthed more pieces, revealing a strange, broken ship. It was small compared to their own sleek spacecraft, but it had a unique design. Zara wondered how such a craft could have traveled through space. What had happened to its crew? As they continued their investigation, the sun began to set, casting a golden light over the clearing. The Eldorans gathered around, discussing what they had found. Some of them were skeptical, still believing humans were nothing more than a joke. "Why are we wasting our time?" one of the explorers said, shaking his head. "These are just broken pieces of junk." But Zara felt differently. She believed there was more to the story. "We cannot dismiss this," she insisted. "We need to learn about these humans. They may have knowledge we do not understand." The others hesitated, but Zara's determination began to inspire them. They knew she was right. They needed to understand the connection between the Eldorans and humans. Could there be more to these beings than mere legends? That night, as they camped near the old ship, Zara couldn't sleep. She lay awake staring up at the stars. The universe felt vast and full of possibilities. She thought about the humans and what they might be like. What if they were brave, clever, and full of surprises? Little did Zara know this discovery would change everything. The Eldorans would soon find themselves on a path they never expected, leading them to encounter the very beings they had dismissed for so long. After discovering the ancient human ship, Zara and her team returned to Eldora with excitement. The Eldorans were buzzing with curiosity about humans and what they had learned. Zara felt a strong urge to explore further, believing that humans might hold secrets and knowledge that could change everything for her people. Days later, the Eldoran Council gathered to discuss a plan. They were nervous about making contact with humans, but agreed that it was time to learn more. Zara stood before the council, her heart racing with anticipation. "Let us travel to Earth," she proposed. "We can share our knowledge and understand them better. This is a chance for a new beginning." The council members exchanged glances, unsure of what to do. Finally, the oldest member, Elder Thorn, spoke up. "We have watched humans from afar. They are primitive and unpredictable. But if you believe we can learn from them, then we shall try." With that, the Eldorans prepared their spaceship for the journey. They made sure their ship was equipped with advanced technology, ready for any challenges they might face. Zara felt a mixture of excitement and fear as they launched into the stars, heading for Earth. As the ship traveled through the galaxy, Zara looked out at the vastness of space. Stars twinkled around them, and she couldn't help but wonder what awaited them on the blue planet below. After hours of travel, the ship finally entered Earth's atmosphere. The crew gasped in awe as they approached the planet. "Look at those colors!" one of the Eldorans exclaimed. "So vibrant!" The ship glided smoothly down to a lush green area filled with trees and flowers. The crew landed in a clearing hidden from view. Zara felt her heart race as they prepared to meet humans for the first time. As they stepped out of the ship, they were greeted by the sweet scent of flowers and the sound of birds singing. Zara felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. What if the humans were hostile? What if they didn't want to communicate? Just then, a group of humans appeared, led by a tall soldier named Alex. He wore a uniform and had a confident stance. The humans looked at the Eldorans with wide eyes, surprised to see visitors from another world. Zara stepped forward, holding her hands out to show peace. "We come in friendship," she said, her voice steady. "We are the Eldorans, and we wish to learn about you." Alex stepped closer, scanning the group of Eldorans. "Eldorans? I've never heard of your race. What do you want from us?" Zara felt a spark of hope. "We have discovered a piece of your history on our planet. We wish to understand your culture and share our knowledge with you." The humans exchanged glances, unsure of how to react. Some looked frightened, while others seemed curious. Alex, however, kept his eyes on Zara. "You think we're weak, don't you?" he asked, a hint of challenge in his voice. "No," Zara replied, her tone firm. "We believe there is more to you than meets the eye. We want to work together, to share what we know." As the conversation continued, Zara could see the tension between the two groups. Some Eldorans felt that humans were beneath them, while some humans were suspicious of the visitors. Zara knew they had to break through this wall of misunderstanding. "Let us show you our technology," she suggested. "You can see that we are not just advanced beings. We can help each other grow." Alex nodded slowly. "All right, but if this goes south, we're ready to defend our home." His eyes showed determination, but Zara felt a spark of respect between them. As they began to share ideas and stories, the Eldorans realized that humans were not as simple as they had thought. They were full of creativity and spirit. Zara watched as Alex talked passionately about his world, and she found herself inspired. For the first time, the Eldorans saw humans as equals. They realized that this encounter could lead to a future neither race had expected. With newfound hope, Zara knew that this was just the beginning of a journey that would change everything for both the Eldorans and humans. After a shaky start, Zara and Alex found common ground. The Eldorans and humans began to share stories about their worlds. However, some Eldorans were not convinced. They believed that humans were still weak and primitive. To prove their strength, the Eldorans proposed a series of challenges. Zara stood before her fellow Eldorans, her heart pounding. "We should show our strength in a friendly competition," she suggested. "Let us challenge the humans to tests of skill and courage. This will prove our worth and help us understand each other." Alex, intrigued by the idea, agreed. "But we want a fair chance. Let's compete in different events that test both strength and brains." The Eldorans nodded, eager to show what they could do. The first event was a race through a challenging obstacle course. The Eldorans were confident. Their long legs and agile movements gave them an advantage. The course was filled with high walls, narrow paths, and swinging vines. As the race began, the Eldorans sped ahead. Zara felt a rush of adrenaline as she pushed herself forward. She leaped over a wall with grace and agility. But to her surprise, Alex kept pace with her. The humans were faster than she had expected. They darted through the course, climbing walls and swinging through the air. When they reached the finish line, Zara was shocked. The humans had won the race by a narrow margin. Alex grinned, his eyes shining with excitement. "Not bad for a group of primitive beings," he said playfully. The Eldorans were stunned. They had never thought humans could be this strong. Zara knew this would change how her people viewed them. "Let's move on to the next challenge," she announced, determined to prove their strength in a different way. The second event tested their problem-solving skills. The teams were given a puzzle that needed to be solved quickly. The Eldorans, known for their intelligence, believed they would easily outsmart the humans. They worked together, their minds racing. But to their surprise, Alex's team was quick to catch up. The humans brought fresh ideas to the table, and together they found creative solutions. As the time ran out, both teams finished the puzzle almost simultaneously. Zara could hardly believe her eyes. The humans were proving to be more than just warriors. They were clever and resourceful. She felt a growing respect for Alex and his team. The final challenge was a test of strength, a tug of war. The Eldorans, confident in their physical abilities, lined up against the humans. They laughed, thinking it would be an easy victory. "Prepare to lose!" one Eldoran shouted. As the contest began, both teams pulled with all their might. The ground shook as the two sides strained against each other. For a moment, it seemed the Eldorans would win easily. But then, the humans dug deep, pulling with all their strength and determination. To Zara's astonishment, the humans began to gain ground. They fought back with teamwork and spirit. The Eldorans struggled, realizing that humans were not to be underestimated. With one final, powerful tug, the humans pulled the Eldorans across the line, winning the contest. Zara was speechless. She looked at Alex, who was panting but smiling. "That was amazing," he said. "You Eldorans are strong, but we humans have heart." As they caught their breath, Zara felt a deep sense of respect grow between the two groups. The Eldorans had entered the challenges thinking they were superior, but they learned that humans had strength, wit, and courage of their own. "Perhaps we are not so different after all," Zara said, smiling at Alex. "We can learn from each other." Alex nodded in agreement. "Together we can be even stronger." The atmosphere shifted, filled with laughter and cheers. The competition had turned into a celebration of their newfound friendship. The Eldorans realized that strength came in many forms, and they had found allies in the humans. With this understanding, both races looked forward to the future, ready to work together and face any challenges that lay ahead. After the successful challenges, Zara and Alex felt excited about their new friendship. However, not everyone shared their optimism. Some Eldorans remained suspicious of humans. They believed humans were still inferior and could not be trusted. Tensions grew as the two groups continued to interact. One day, while exploring a nearby forest, Zara and Alex stumbled upon a group of Eldorans arguing. They heard loud voices and rushed over. "What is happening?" Zara asked, concern filling her voice. An Eldoran named Kira stood in the center of the group, her face tense. "These humans think they can invade our territory! They don't belong here!" she shouted. The humans looked hurt, their faces pale with shock. Alex stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "We only came here to learn. We are not here to harm you." But Kira shook her head. "You humans have a history of destruction. How can we trust you?" Her words struck a chord in the hearts of the humans. Zara could see their disappointment. Zara intervened. "Kira, we have seen that humans can be strong allies. They have proven themselves in the tests. We must not let fear control us." But Kira was not convinced. "You do not understand. Humans are unpredictable. We cannot rely on them." The argument continued and tensions grew higher. Feeling the weight of the moment, Zara thought hard. "How can we prove our intentions?" she asked, looking at Alex. "What can we do to show that we want peace?" Alex looked thoughtful. "What if we faced a challenge together? If we succeed, it will show our commitment to working together." The idea sparked a flicker of hope in Zara. "Yes! A challenge that needs both our strengths. If we win together, we can show everyone that we are united." After some discussion, they decided on a task, to retrieve a rare flower that only grew on the highest mountain nearby. The flower, known as the star blossom, was said to bloom only once a year. It was a symbol of unity between races and cultures. Zara gathered a team of Eldorans, and Alex assembled a group of humans. The next day, they set off for the mountain. The journey was difficult, with steep paths and rocky terrain. Zara felt the tension in the air, but she focused on the goal ahead. As they climbed, the teams had to rely on each other's strengths. Zara used her agility to navigate tricky spots, while Alex showed incredible strength in lifting heavy rocks that blocked their path. They worked together, helping one another climb higher. At one point, they reached a narrow ledge. Zara hesitated, looking down at the steep drop. Fear crept in, but Alex smiled at her. "We can do this. Trust each other." His encouragement helped her take a deep breath. Just as they reached the top, a sudden storm hit. Wind howled and rain poured down, making the ground slippery. Kira slipped, nearly falling off the edge. Without thinking, Zara lunged forward, grabbing her arm. "I've got you!" she yelled, pulling Kira back to safety. The humans quickly joined them, forming a chain to help. Together they managed to pull Kira up, their teamwork stronger than the storm. As they huddled together, Zara glanced at Alex and saw relief in his eyes. After the storm passed, they finally spotted the star blossom, glowing in the sunlight. Its petals shimmered like stars against the blue sky. They had made it. As they picked the flower, a sense of pride filled the air. They had faced a challenge together, risking their lives for one another. This act of bravery and cooperation began to change minds. Kira, who had once been a strong opponent of humans, looked at Alex and smiled. "I see now. You fought for us and we fought for each other." The group returned to the Eldoran village, the star blossom in hand. They had proven their strength together. Zara felt a wave of happiness wash over her. The flower symbolized their unity, and they were ready to face whatever came next. With newfound respect and understanding, both Eldorans and humans celebrated their victory. They knew this was just the beginning of a new alliance. Together, they could overcome any challenge. The sun shone brightly over the Eldoran village as Zara, Alex, and their teams returned triumphantly with the star blossom. Excitement buzzed in the air, and the villagers gathered to see what the humans had brought. Kira, once skeptical of humans, led the group as they approached the center of the village. "Everyone, look what we have!" Kira shouted, holding the glowing flower high. "The humans helped us get this star blossom. It is a sign of our new friendship." The villagers gasped in awe, their eyes wide with wonder. The star blossom was beautiful, with petals that shimmered like diamonds in the sunlight. Zara felt a wave of pride wash over her. They had accomplished something great together. Alex stepped forward, his voice full of excitement. "We worked hard to get this flower, but it was not easy. We had to trust each other, and we did. This flower represents our bond." The villagers murmured in agreement, their faces showing curiosity and respect. Zara noticed how the Eldorans looked at Alex and the other humans. The tension that had once filled the air was slowly fading away. As the village elder approached, everyone fell silent. Elder Talon was wise and respected by all. He examined the star blossom and smiled. "This flower is indeed special. It reminds us that even the strongest can be vulnerable. We have seen strength and courage in our human friends. Let us celebrate this moment." Cheers erupted from the crowd. Zara and Alex exchanged happy glances, their hearts swelling with joy. They were finally becoming accepted in this world. The villagers began to prepare a feast, filling the tables with delicious foods from both Eldoran and human cultures. As they sat together, sharing stories and laughter, Zara felt a warm sense of belonging. She looked at Alex, who was animatedly explaining a human game to a group of curious Eldorans. They listened intently, their eyes shining with excitement. "This game sounds fun. Can we play it?" Kira asked, her earlier doubts fading away. "Of course," Alex replied with a grin. "We can teach you all how to play." The night was filled with laughter as the games began. Eldorans and humans played side by side, learning from one another. The walls that had once separated them were crumbling, replaced by friendship and trust. After hours of fun, Zara gathered everyone's attention. "Thank you all for accepting us," she said, her voice steady. "We may be different, but our hearts share the same goal, to live in peace and help each other." Kira stepped forward, a smile on her face. "We were wrong to judge you at first. You showed us your strength and bravery. We have much to learn from each other," Alex added. "And together we can create a better future. Let's explore our worlds together and share our knowledge." Elder Talon nodded, his eyes shining with wisdom. "This is the beginning of a new era for both our races. We shall grow together, learn together, and face the challenges ahead together." As the night went on, Zara felt hope bloom in her heart. She watched as humans and Eldorans danced together under the stars, their laughter echoing in the night. It was a sight she would always remember. In that moment, Zara realized that the star blossom was more than just a flower. It was a symbol of their journey, a journey filled with struggles, victories, and newfound friendships. They had fought for understanding and had succeeded. As the festival continued, Zara and Alex stood side by side, looking at their friends. "We did it," Zara said softly, her heart full. "We changed their minds." Alex nodded, a proud smile on his face. "And we'll keep building on this friendship. Together we can do anything." With their hearts united, they faced a bright future. The challenges ahead seemed less daunting, for now they had allies, friends, and a promise of peace. The bond between humans and Eldorans had begun, and it was only the start of a wonderful adventure. Together, they looked forward to exploring the stars, knowing that their friendship would guide them through any darkness. As the night deepened, the stars twinkled above, reflecting the hope in their hearts, a hope for unity and understanding between their worlds.